You are listening to the one and only, the hottest podcast show on the planet. It's okay, Law. Over to you, John, Kenny, and Eugene.
Hey,
Yo,
the tree story
yo,
just
yo, yo,
returns.
yo, yo.
What's up, man?
Hopefully with video.
Hopefully with video. Yes, we are recording with video today. You can see me if you're on YouTube. And then we have on my left, no, left,
Right.
right, left. That's Eugene, by the way.
On your, yeah. Left? No. Oh, your right.
I have
the
no idea.
viewers left.
This is my right hand,
the left,
but
yeah.
this is my right hand, but it's like displayed left on
You have to
screen.
invert it, lah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. We're
So
all
confusing.
learning. We're all learning here.
As usual, I'm John, and then we've got Kenny. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, I'm Kenny.
And then
We
we've
get to
got,
work out our intro sequence.
yeah, and I got Eugene the other side.
Yep.
How's
This
the
is
drive back way?
It was okay. It was better than we expected. So it was the first time we drove after dinner straight back. Usually we sleep at night, then only wake up the next day and drive. So but it's the first time we did a night drive. And it was actually very good. We may do it more next time actually.
Oh, this
So-
way. But you lose a day though. You got to go back like
Yeah,
Sunday. Sunday
kind of
is like your. I guess you're not in Malaysia. You're back
But
in
is it
Singapore.
worthwhile losing a day for the slightly better traffic? I mean,
From what we were so worried that the traffic would be like a 5-6 hour wait at immigration. So as I drive for like 3 hours or something, then after wait for another 5 hours before we get over to Singapore, and we were so worried it would be like that. And actually for a while it was, because the next day we were looking at traffic, checking traffic when we were already back in Singapore.
Mhm.
And so it was like I mean we were very pleased lah, because the traffic was bad, so we felt like we made the right
after the
choice the night
fact.
before.
After the fact, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the German word for that is Schadenfreude. So yeah,
Because everyone else was going back now, then yeah.
It literally means joy at the misfortune of others.
Which is
Misfortune of others.
You've got the Schaden pronunciation down. I mean, cause like that's how you pronounce the German Schad, the SCH whatever lah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
think
can't
so,
take all the
yeah.
credit. Like, it was also from a musical called Avenue Q.
Which I still not properly watched yet.
I'm
unfortunately.
totally lost in
Despite
this
the songs.
conversation. Why suddenly German language came into picture and then Avenue
He
Q came
explained,
into picture?
Schadenfreude is when you are having joy at the
Misfortune of others.
misfortune of others. So when he
Yeah.
got back to Singapore already and he didn't have that long immigration,
Yeah,
right?
we're
And then everyone else
we're checking
after,
traffic. It's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But going down to Singapore or rather going up and down also is it's always the immigration. That's always the main concern. Like not even the highways.
It's gotten quite bad after
MCO. Pandemic.
after everything like opened back up.
Opened up.
Before that, it wasn't so bad one. Before that, it would maybe be an hour and a half. That's considered bad already.
is
Now
that
it's like-
because of like not enough people working at the border control?
No, because one of the first accusations that I always hear is that again Malaysia open 1 or 2 counters only when there's so many. Actually, it's not. When I went there, like all of them were open, and they were open. There are several new lanes and all this. So it's a lot of people. So I'm like, where did all these people come from? It's like before that they were not. It's not like suddenly people like grew up and then can drive cars, right? During pandemic. It's like, don't know lah. It's like everybody is like revenge holidaying still.
I wanted to go very dark, but I don't know. It's like, well, the pandemic didn't kill enough people. Then more people to come out. That's pretty dark.
To fix traffic. Okay.
Okay, let's not go there.
Yeah lah.
Well,
So but
Yeah, at least you got Sunday off, and then instead of like sitting in a car on the Sunday, you're actually, back in your own business, in your own
yeah.
mental and all. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we may do it more lah. We'll see how it goes lah. But it's made this possible 4 or 5 hour wait at immigration leaving Singapore into Malaysia, this 4 or 5 hour wait has made it much more miserable. So we were like, at least maybe we shouldn't come back so often. But yeah, I don't know. So wait until June and see.
You know,
So how long was the wait going into Singapore? Like this drive down?
We drove from Singapore back to KL on Thursday last week.
Yeah.
We drove to immigration on Thursday evening. And when we arrived at immigration, we saw the traffic was roughly, I estimated to be 5-6 hours just getting through immigration.
That was your first attempt, right?
Yeah, so then when I realized that, then we made a U-turn, we came back home, and we said that we will leave in the middle of the night lah. So the whole day, the whole evening lah, I was checking traffic, and at one point it got to 10 hours, the estimate.
The estimate.
that's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, just to cross immigration. And so that was like questioning whether we should even make the trip in the first place. Then
And that was a Thursday night,
Thursday-
Friday morning. I mean, like, right?
I think Thursday 10
Wow, why,
p.m.
ah?
That was when it hit 10 hours, the estimate. It was just bonkers lah.
Why? I mean, it's school holidays or I mean, what
Yeah,
day?
it's Good Friday. So it's the
Okay.
Good Friday.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, lor.
Yeah. Okay.
So
But here's the deal, right? I mean, I've been back to Singapore after everything reopens. And whenever I travel to Singapore, because where I am, it's just easy to hop onto the bus and head down. And the bus lane is not that bad, yeah? I mean, going in and out was pretty easy for me when I'm going there. I guess maybe because also it's not like during the peak hours, but
holiday.
not school holiday. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, the school holiday was horrible. Yeah.
It's the peril that you have when you have got children and you don't want them to skip school, which of course they would love to, but then it's at the loss of that lah. So I'm pretty happy that I got kids going to a school that's not following the local government ministry of education calendar, so I could do stuff, which it's funny
it
because
doesn't
right now
It doesn't.
we follow the syllabus is IGCSE lah, so it's UK, and then they have a right now we have a break for Easter, and because Raya is around the corner, they just combine it into a 4-week long break. So my strategy is this week is their first week of holidays, and then next week is the one more week before Raya kicks in, and since school is going to close here on the 19th because they're going to bring forward one day in the event that Shawwal the first is going to be earlier. They see the moon, this thing. I mean, they're currently deciding about that.
Forgot about that.
So instead of Thursday being the holiday now, the official day, the current forecast is 21st, 22nd is the Raya. It may become the 20th and 21st. And then as a precaution, they will the schools will be closed from the 19th onwards. So basically, I've got this week and next week 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, to do what I want to do with the kids without any risk of fighting the crowd with other people, other children lah. So I'm trying to maximize this time. Once Raya kicks in already, I'm not gonna do anything. I mean, whether it's the cost, whether it's the crowd or jam. I'm just gonna do stuff back in Klang Valley and not go anywhere. But that's what I normally do lah.
So they will be in this off UK holiday thing, like from now until they finish school, is it?
There is an overlap between. I mean, the holidays do overlap lah. Like right now, there's an overlap with Raya, or even though it's not a term break, but it's Raya break. Actually, I'm not sure. Then in the summer, the July, there's completely no overlap. So that one is going to be amazing lah. But then the year end, obviously there's an overlap lah. So there is still some overlap because you still have your typical middle of the year and year end holidays. So I constantly check between the my kids' school calendar and then the Malaysian government and look for the times when I know that I can do stuff without having to pay the school holiday rate and the peak period, and also basically all those typical regions lah, which everyone else has to follow the school holidays, and then I don't need to. So I try to maximize that where I can lah. It's just one perk that I know or I look forward to with having the kids go to this school.
But you already put them in bed so that you can record this podcast today.
that is a day-to-day operation thing, whereas the planning the holidays is a broader aspect of things. So yes, they're in bed already. Who say they must stay up late in the school holidays?
So
they don't get
Nobody
to, is
ever.
it?
Well, we don't. We try not to let them, because it gets the routine. And if tomorrow they wake up normal late, then they are losing half the day, because I'm planning to be with them tomorrow. So they wake up late tomorrow, then they're wasting that. So I have to negotiate with them lah. Why too early, Uncle John, for the kids to sleep?
no, I mean 10:30 is all right. I guess with this little new thing that we are trying to put together like this, it's either like Tuesday or Wednesday we're gonna do a recording like this, and
Yep.
I don't know. Hopefully we
Tuesday,
get
yeah.
something out. Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday works out. Yeah, Tuesday is the. I mean, I would like the Tuesday to be the routine, and then for whatever reason if we can't, then we have to do lah. But Tuesday currently works best for me.
Yeah,
lah.
Tuesday next week is probably not good because Wednesday morning is my exam. So I need to be
Let's talk about that.
last
Let's
minute.
talk about that.
What exam are you talking about?
Is it the Azure fundamentals or what?
Azure,
Ah.
not Azure.
Azure.
What's this Azure thing that you're working on?
Basically, it's the Azure fundamentals exam.
Fundamentals, right? Okay.
Fundamentals, yeah. So basically, it's not a very difficult one lah if you compare it with like all the Azure exams that they have. But it's a start lah. So after that, maybe we'll see lah. See what other ones I'll do. But yeah. So it will be next Wednesday.
Is it difficult? Do you need to do it online or do you need to go there in person?
I had a choice. So you can go to a test center or you can do it online. So then of course the first thing online is like, then you can cheat lah. So but actually it's not so simple because when you take the exam will install like the exam software and then it will shut everything down. It will shut down like all the other apps. Then it will just only play like their exam app, and you need to keep your webcam on the whole time. And they will just monitor I suppose they will watch your eyes see whether if you like go and look here,
I think
look there,
AI
try and signal to somebody like give me the answer for this. So
We get you need a teleprompter or not? Put the iPad down there, teleprompter, reflect. You can just look at
just
the
hear-
camera.
yeah, but I thought of that, but it's actually quite tricky. It's because you will need to like input, like say if you get this question, you need to tell somebody else what this question is, somebody to feed you the answer, right? So it's like, it's a bit, it's quite hard.
Can
actually,
one?
you think
I mean,
about
you've
it.
got like, now this talk is going to talk about how to hack into Azure examination. I mean, like you can have somebody else mirror. Okay, I guess if the exam software will probably detect also if somebody is mirroring your screen, you can mirror it somewhere else, and somebody else can be like, no, it's kind of like production in
No,
video.
but
you've got
you can't
mirrors
mirror
and
it because you can't mirror it
Yeah.
because at least not natively on the OS lah. You say you hold another camera here, then if you hold another camera here, then you like kind of like point it at the screen, off screen. I don't know.
No, mirror the session on your computer to somewhere else. I guess they're also
You can't.
Well, you can't because
They
they shut
block that.
down.
They block
Yeah,
that,
they
yeah.
block everything on that
Everything else,
particular
like,
computer.
They block the
okay.
ability to share screen.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
So the only
short
way
of-
to cheat is another computer, another connection, and another thing.
Yeah,
Out of view of the camera.
that's getting the question out. Then after that, it's you just can't lah. So
But what
anyway,
kind of exam that's not open book anymore? I mean, especially in the year of 2023, and we are not trying to test your memory or actually sharpen up your memory. If you're a kid, right, doing exams and trying to recall and all these things, there's a point to that, I guess. You know, development in terms of trying to get memory and everything. But it's 2023. We adults, whatever we don't know, we Google, we put it in and whatever, and then the age of AI and everything. Why bother about all these kind of things though?
I think maybe that would be applicable for some of the other higher level exams, because this one, it being the fundamentals, they want you to learn like the terms, they want you to learn like the structure. Then if you go to like say the administrator level, then you need to actually use like the labs and you demonstrate what you can do. So you need to like know how to access, like there's a click there and grant access to whoever within the Azure portal itself. So you don't need, I don't have to do that here. So here is just a lot of memory work like in Microsoft, because they have been around for so many years. They have got things that were still running. They were running in the Windows when it was non-cloud. And they brought it over to cloud. Then they named something else. Then, but can still communicate with the one that's not on the cloud. So it's a lot of stuff. So yeah lah. So it's just trying to understand it conceptually, also remember some of the keywords lah.
So you reckon it's going to be like a lot of like theory terminology, like what is the this, what's the that, and then multiple choice or
It's
something?
multiple choice. It's multiple choice, but there are some questions that will be like drag
Give me
and
an
drop
example.
kind of stuff lah.
Drag and
So-
drop. Oh, okay, like drag and drop, like to match something with something. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I remember doing that before.
Yeah. So like let me try and remember one question.
Yeah, what's the example of a question? I'm curious to also like give it a go. Exact
Yeah,
example.
I have a I
now?
can actually bring
Okay.
yeah. So I
You
have
can test me.
I have
You can
the
test me. This
question.
is gonna be so interesting for John right now.
I totally do not know what kind of questions Azure and whatever all these things are.
Well, it's
doing.
fundamental. So they will ask you like, how do you monitor your resource cost and then stuff like that.
Let me get
I'm
the
so
question.
Yeah,
out
get
of these
one or
things
two.
like so long. So I wouldn't know.
Azure,
Yeah, man.
Azure, Azure,
Azure.
Azure.
localizer, Azure.
Are you trying to share a screen or something?
No. I'm just
Yeah,
going to
he's
read
looking
it.
for the
Just gonna read
question.
it out. Just
Okay.
gonna read it out. Okay. So this is quite an easy one. Like, which
Yeah.
one of the following tools can you use to estimate the expense of moving a data center from on-prem to Azure? Sorry.
Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah, so this one is either you know or you don't know one. So it's not tricky. So if you know that there's something called the Azure pricing calculator, the Azure cost management and billing, and Azure TCO calculator. So the answer here is TCO calculator lah. So if you just have to know it, this kind of thing, you just have to know it. So, but there are some that are quite tricky lah. There are some that are
Like?
quite. Yeah, let me try and find one.
So while you're waiting, like I've actually never done any like certifications for Azure before. I think I've gone through some labs or practices for Amazon Web Services architecture fundamentals, but I've not done anything on Azure before. For Azure, I think for me, I just straight away jumped in and then just use it. So a lot of it's really like learning on the job and not even having to go through all these certifications, which is probably not a bad thing as well lah.
Yeah, so the same thing happened. The same thing happened last time for me as well, and I suspect also for John lah. It's like we were working on like Windows servers and stuff, and we never got like the MCSE certification. It's just that you just learn within the scope of your job lah. So,
QB.
I got
Yeah.
MCP. I got MCP, which is a very bad abbreviation for
what is MCP?
Microsoft Certified Professional, because I took 1 or 2 exams, server and something.
That's not the full thing, right? That's not the,
Not the full thing. It's
you
like
need to do that in order
2
to
out of
get
7.
the MCSE. Yeah.
Like the
But
MCP and
then
then but
didn't even
MCP
get
by
that.
itself is not a very nice sounding
I didn't even get sounds like
abbreviation.
a highway MCP highway.
But all this is
Yes,
like
I-
hardware certification, platform certification, that kind of thing. So essentially, your role that you're going for is gonna be somewhat like a basis in
A basis in SAP.
SAP,
Really?
that kind. You take care
Yeah,
of the
there's an
hardware,
SAP basis stuff.
settings,
basis
and
more administration. Okay, somebody who watches it is like who's a SAP person is like, yeah, these guys don't know crap about SAP.
Yeah,
But
we certainly
basis is
don't.
more administrative, I think.
right.
More operational and
You mean
administrative, not hardware.
you mean like why am I doing the certification?
Yeah. So what are you gunning up for?
I mean, I want to get like a job again in IT lah. So and all of us came from IT, but
That's true.
I stepped away from IT nine years ago, and so a lot of things have changed in 9 years lah. And so some of the not headhunters, the talent managers that I spoke
Acquisition.
to, they took a look at my experience, because if I've got prior like IT support experience and project management experience, but it was like at least 9 years ago. And so they suggested, why don't you get some of these certs like it will also help you to bring you up to speed with what's going on lah. And so this Azure fundamentals one is quite a good one, especially for like project managers, because you don't have to, when you do project management, you don't have to actually do it yourself. You can just like get the resource to do it, but you need to understand lah. You need to understand what you're doing, and this one gives a very good overview lah. And but it's still quite a lot of, it's quite involved lah. Quite a lot of things that I need to like try and remember and try and understand. So yeah lor.
So comes Wednesday. Are you ready?
At this point, I'm not ready yet. I still have got like quite a lot of like rehashing to do. Need to go over some of the stuff again, because can see like I've got like some weaknesses in some of the areas.
But
yeah lah.
essentially, the whole entire certification so far that you went through, studying it and learning it, and you understand it, it makes sense to you.
To some degree. So like last time in IT, like you were only responsible, because like say if I take a look at what this certification covers, it covers like 4 or 5 like I'll call it silos lah, like 4 or 5 silos, like areas of like of areas that you need to learn. So last time when I was involved with IT, I may have been involved. I was more involved with like silo number 3. And so everything now that's Azure related, that involves silo number 3, I'm quite okay, because conceptually it hasn't changed. Just some of the names have changed, and instead of like doing certain things in this, you just do it in the cloud lah. You just do it on the Azure portal lah. So, but like silos like 1 and 2 and 4, I was not so involved with it last time at work. And so I may understand, or I may know who is doing it, but I don't actually do it. So I need to. So while the experience does help me with like understanding like silo number 3, silo and a bit of silo 1, 2, and 4, I still have to learn in more detail what silo like 1, 2, and 4 does lah. So is to pass the exam lor. So they want to make sure that at least you have like some equal like strengths in all of these silos lah. So yeah lor. But having like past experience in silo number 3, it definitely helps lah, because there are some. So I imagine for someone who has no prior experience at all in any of the silos, you come and read this, it'd be like reading like French or this, because you're referencing so many other things which is quite hard to understand lah sometimes. So but yeah, but coming from like IT, even if it's IT like 9 years ago, it definitely helps lah.
But I've got to say, IT is very broad in the sense of like the things that you guys do. And what I did when I was like working as a system engineer and all, I was building PHP websites. I was like coding and all those kind of thing, and we were writing application for things. And when it comes to like setting up servers and all, I get the first level of it, and then essentially other people will be like taking care of it. And those granular details, it's certainly, I wouldn't know. I know how to set up a web server, and that's about it. How to tweak it, how to make it run efficiently. Not really, not me.
So the silo that would be the silo, maybe silo number 1, which is where like, and this area covers it as well. Like it covers like web applications and databases and stuff. So that's a silo that I'm not very good at. So that's where like I need to like build up a bit more in knowledge on lah. So but if you were doing this, so silo 1 would be your area of strength lah, and then silo 2 and silo 3, the one then you need to build up lah. So it's just like identifying like the areas of weakness now. So and like this like web development and stuff, that's like quite a big area of weakness, because I didn't really do much web development. It was more like infrastructure support, infrastructure stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of silos, I mean, the moment you mentioned about silos, I'm immediately taken back to when my first real job, where there are no silos. you come in here and you do everything there is. You probably, without
I know
mentioning names, I
which
think
company
you
you're talking
know.
about.
Correct,
I know
correct.
which company
Which
you're
I
talking about.
guess now in hindsight, it's both a blessing and a curse as well, because yeah, you need to do everything, whatever anything goes wrong, there's no way you can say that, oh, this is not really somebody else. It's not
It's
my
all
silo.
you.
Everything is all you. You better know how to fix everything. Like, whoever who the lady or the uncle catches you to get and fix something, you gotta know everything to do. So, I spent 2 years, doing that. It's really everything from, like, don't even say silo, like even from the piping that goes into the silo, and then the last thing that comes out, all also we, because I've been to the front lines and everything also. So, yeah. So, and in doing that, then eventually it gives me, I mean, it's what I would feel like, a better handle on things whenever talking about, if I choose to go into something, which I did. I eventually went more into a particular silo, but the visibility that I get from the first job, helps me be able to comprehend and understand things better, I guess, compared to some others who are more siloed lah. I don't need to be expert in everything. Yeah, I guess there's this jack of all trades thing, which may not be that bad after all. So yeah, about silos lah, and with silos in IT lah. Yeah.
My jack of all trades got this whole entire video interface together. So what happened is that since the first episode that we recorded, we talk about like all those microphones and stuff like that that gets connected. So we ended up with a WAV file, right? And then I've got to somehow know how to put this onto the websites to then generate the RSS so that it submits into Apple Podcasts and also Spotify, which if you were to see over that site next to Kenny, those are QR codes. If you guys are watching this, you can subscribe to the podcast through Spotify or also, Apple Podcasts. You can see the thing is like rotating, right? So it's like
Yep.
you got to then be dangerous enough to know how to put in all these plugins into OBS and then keep it rotates.
It's rotating between Apple Podcasts and Spotify, right? These
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
And then you got to like figure out OBS how to like format all these supposedly 16 by 9 squares of a camera to like something three of us split into this, put into nice graphics where you have to subscribe to Envato and all those kind of resources, put things together and make this pretty and make it sound okay, at least over the internet. I think you guys are a little bit more compressed when it comes to sound.
Okay.
We were supposed to like turn on Audacity and record on your individual. I don't think we all did. So,
Forgot. Oh, no.
but we are all we have right now is whatever that's in this video interface lah. So it's okay. We still have a show.
Okay.
So what you've done here is not, I wouldn't call it jack of all trades. It's probably more like the industry term now is probably what we would call, and YuJin, I think we spoke about this, full stack developer.
Full stack developer, yes.
Yeah, obviously you cover everything, but that's only on the development side of things lah. But
That's-
yeah, it's the
that's
thing
a-
now that like, put it this way lah. When I was doing these things, there's no such thing as full stack. You do IT, you do everything lah. Where got you are just
Full
doing this
stack lor.
the silo one? It was full stack back when full stack wasn't a term.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, I'm a full stack developer.
Developer thing though. It's not
If you
like
think about it, yeah. I
it's
mean,
not like a full stack like infrastructure guy. I don't think. it works
no,
like
so
that.
full stack is more on development and
Development, yeah,
it's
front end,
you're called a
back
full
end,
stack
yeah.
developer. Yeah. Sorry, is YuJin's audio a bit soft now for me, or is just
Oh,
Yeah,
I moved-
because-
I moved away from the microphone. Sorry.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
better?
Yeah, much
Oh.
better.
mine's okay, right? I didn't.
Yeah,
okay,
yours is
yeah.
alright.
Yeah, so full stack is just like development. So it's like you can do like from front end to back end, database to web UI even, and then there's like UI UX guys, which is another thing altogether. It's almost like the industry has gone the even purely on the development side of things. They've gone into like, oh, we specialize into certain area, and then now you can do a few specialties, and then you're called a full stack developer, and then you got this UI. Last time we got like UI
Right.
designer, UI UX, user experience designer.
Well, they
It's-
always have UI UX, what?
we always did it all
The front
integral.
end,
It's
yeah,
whether
the
you're
front,
good or not
the
good.
front end people just did it all, right?
Front
Yeah,
end.
we just did it all front end. Well, now there's a front end developer, and then you've
I
got
see, I
UI
see, I
UX
see.
separately, and it's all conceptual, and it's like things like usability and feeling and all that, which I guess is always been important. But then I think back in the days, like John, you did
Well,
development, and
HCI,
you
back then the term is called HCI, is human computer
yes,
interaction. I
yes, and
guess
the
this
front end
term is
developer
never
has to
used
integrate it all.
anymore.
Yes. I remember that.
HCI, human
It
computer.
was a subject in RP, isn't it?
Yeah,
Was
so
it-
Yeah.
there is something that eventually is known as UI UX right now. I guess it's the same thing. And for the record, I don't think I'm a full stack. I'm just an implementer because I didn't code jack shit about getting all these things done.
That's the tools now, ma. Tools now make it that way. But this is what you call off the shelf, ready and off the shelf. No need to do custom development. All little bit of customization,
Yeah.
off the shelf. Yeah, off the shelf is good. When you customize, you pay more money, and then you may not get what you want.
Yeah,
Enterprise
I've
software
I've
goals.
I've got not too long ago. I've got introduced to like Figma and all this kind of shit, where
What's Figma?
What's Figma? Oh, Figma is so good. Figma is a UI UX app that you can create interfaces and then interaction without coding, basically. So you can have like a button that you can sort of like, okay, this button points to the next screen, it loads up the next screen, and then you sort of like give you a flow of the whole entire screen design, that kind of stuff. And to top that off, because Figma, the way they did it was like HTML and everything, so or rather, well, not HTML, but rather they can generate all the CSS codes
It's close
automatically.
to what you would get.
Yeah, so you can just like literally export the interface. It comes out the CSS, and then you can code it front end for your front end developers. So your UI UX developers will just take care of the flow of the of all these look and feel of screens and whatever, and then pass to the front end developer to just export the codes, all the CSS and whatsoever. So that's
And
Figma.
the funny thing about that is Figma, right? Figma and UI UX. All three of us over here have designed your screen layouts in like square designs for our COBOL projects, right? All of us here have done that. All three of us, like you design your
What do you mean by
screen
square
layout.
though?
Is
I
it
mean,
COBOL, like
COBOL is
square?
all like it's like
Pixel.
Pixel is like really much
XY
smaller,
lah,
but it's-
basically.
Oh, you mean?
yeah, but you have to design your screen layout. No, like every single word in the Unix and
You mean if you
whatever
wanted to make-
COBOL
if you
or
wanted
C,
to make a
whatever, like
banner
no.
or something like that.
Well, I remember there was an assignment
No, like the
where
checkered paper. The paper is all
we were
checkered, and then you have to
to
design.
code bus ticketing system where you mark the sittings of a bus. If let's say that row is taken, B2 is taken, and then after that you just refresh, oh, that's taken, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I remember back in
that's
RP
your
days.
that's your class. That's your class. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
I remember. Mine was hire purchase, so it's like interest and rental and kind of thing. No imaging. What was Eugene?
I can't remember what mine was.
Can't remember what
But
it
now that you described it, I think First Coach's website may have modeled theirs after COBOL because it's so bad.
I heard that.
I
First coach.
know, it works, but oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, those were the days when I was actually active in programming. I used to do that. I literally gave back everything already, I think, by now.
The one thing that you took from that era is the keyboards or the feel of the keyboard. That you want to revisit and have again, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Mechanical keyboards in the Unix lab.
I have it now, but this is a more silent one, so you cannot
yeah,
really
it's
hear
softer.
it. Yeah.
It's softer, not as ticky.
What color key? As in, like, is it the red one or is it the brown one or is it the blue one?
These are the Gatoron reds, so
Reds.
they are
So
much more of a
the one is
linear
the one you
key.
guys bought from me, lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eugene, your audio is you're moving around a bit
is
more.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I'm hearing it like on and off. Yeah.
I
Well-
actually think I gotta go. Actually,
Yeah. I think we can
We can wrap up
wrap
Like
up, I
a-
guess.
like a 20-minute episode or more.
we can.
Well,
No, this is not 20 minutes. We've been going on for the last 30
Hour?
over minutes, half an hour, just slightly shy of half an hour, more than half an hour, 35 minutes. So I guess it's totally random today. Really, we talk about YuJin's next step in his that certification thingy.
Hopefully next week.
Good luck with that.
If not, I'll be like,
We'll talk again before. Oh, but yeah, we can't do the call because of. We'll do after. So that'll be nice.
I'll be like,
So there'll be Wednesday night, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about something a little bit more fun than all this tech shit. The first episode we talk about we talk about all these setup and mics, and now we are talking about all these certification and IT stuff. All right,
But
let's
we
talk
didn't really
about
talk
something
about
more
it so
fun.
much. We're just like randomly throwing out
making
only.
it up as you go along.
Yeah, man. Hey, nice to see y'all.
Okay.
Talk to you soon again. Ciao, ciao. Take care.
All right.
Bye bye.
See you, everybody. Bye bye.